Dear fellow Americans, I have an important announcement from you from the President of the United States, President's Executive Office. I'm sorry, I can't even say that with a straight face. Let me restart this. Hi, American people, fellow American people. I always believe in freedom, and I always feel like our American people should know what their government is feeding them. So I bring to you today this piece of paper, which I got when I was a kid, given to me by the government. I'll give you a little preface about that in a second. But just to let you know, to all the viewers out here who have never seen me or seen my channel or know who I am, you can sit here, look at my posters and everything and judge me off all of that. That's cool. I really don't care. I'm just here to give you some facts about what your government is feeding your children. And it's all right here. There's a little presidential seal, so you ain't got to take my word for it. You can see that it's facts. But anyways, let me preface into how I got this piece of paper. I was 16 or 17 years old in the state of South Carolina, where I used to live growing up, and I was 16 or 17 and got arrested for the possession of marijuana. Being a minor in the possession of marijuana, they put me through a program pretty much so I can get it off of my record, get the simple possession of marijuana off of my record. And if I didn't get off my record, that means I'm not going to be able to get jobs. That means I'm not going to be able to get apartments. If I want to move anywhere, things that you want for your kids. You want your kids to get jobs. You want your kids to be able to live. Anyways, they gave me this, and so they told me to study this and read this, and this is the information that they gave the little presidential seal. This is what Americans need to know about marijuana. What Americans need to know about marijuana, signed by somebody, because they put the presidential seal on that. So this is what they're feeding to your kids. All right, let me open up the first page. They sub-segment this into pieces where they have highlighted boxes, so it's easy for the kids to see it. Highlighted little boxes. All right. First page. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep myself from laughing right now. First page. More young people are now in treatment for marijuana dependency than for alcohol or for any other illegal drugs combined. Combined. Wow. Really? Okay. Like I said, you don't have to take my word for it. Read it. Right here. This is what they're giving to your kids. They want your kids to believe this as fact, when it is not fact. Okay, smoking marijuana leads to changes in the brain similar to those caused by the use of cocaine and heroin. That may or may not be true. Are they sitting here and trying to portray marijuana as a drug that should be classified with cocaine and with heroin? Yes. You can take that how you will. Third page. The British Lung Foundation reports that smoking 3 or 4 marijuana joints is just as bad for your lungs as smoking 20 tobacco cigarettes. Let me run that back for y'all real quick. The British Lung Foundation reports that smoking 3 or 4 marijuana joints is as bad for your lungs as smoking 20 tobacco cigarettes. That's them saying you smoking 3 joints is just as bad as smoking 1 pack of cigarettes. They're trying to tell you that, and this is what they're saying to your kids. Obviously, okay, so you have to think about it from their perspective, right? They're the ones that are manipulating you. So you have to try to put your mind into their mind. Okay, so they know your kids are gonna smoke weed because that's what kids do. Is smoke weed. This isn't something that they just learned. This isn't something the kids smoke weed. Not all kids smoke weed, but kids smoke weed. So they know, okay, some parents' kids are gonna smoke weed. We know this. So we are gonna catch them. We're gonna charge them with this possession of marijuana. So then at that point they have your kid by the balls. And they know that they have your kid by the balls. So they give you an option. They say, okay, well, you can let your kid have this, criminal record and, not be able to, get a job in the future, get apartments in the future, just denying a future for your children. Or you can go through this program of mental manipulation, of lies. You can just look in this book. It's lies of, lies. Of extorting parents out of their money, because to go through this program, it wasn't free. No, my mom had to pay a good $1,000, and I know to a lot of you folks, $1,000 probably ain't that much money, but to me and my family, that's a lot of money. And we had to go through that. If I wasn't a stupid kid and didn't know any better and couldn't think for myself, having to go through the system that's going to feed me this piece of paper that's stamped by the fucking government. If I wasn't smart enough to go through that and not see that as mental manipulation, your kids are going to get fooled into thinking that this is the truth, and this is the bullshit that the government is feeding your kids. So they say, okay, well, you either have to let your kid just take the charge, or gonna have to go through this. You pay us some money. Who's making that money? Who benefits off of that? It's the states that are benefiting off of it, because the states are the ones that are putting these programs into place that's feeding you this information. This is the sign of the federal government. I'm not gonna say it's your state, because it's not necessarily was in South Carolina, even though I was myself in South Carolina. It's not just in South Carolina. They do it in a whole bunch of states. I've had friends from multiple different states have told me they've gone through this not exact program, but they've gone through similar programs and have gotten the same little fucking packet. And kids are gonna throw it away, but once they know that they have your kid by the balls and your kid's future by the balls for something that they already know that your kids are going to do in the first place, and they know they got your kids by the balls because they know your kids are going to smoke weed, because that's not anything new. They haven't learned that, that's not anything new. So they're going to grab your kids' futures by the balls by arresting them for smoking weed, and then allow you to make the decision, okay, I'm going to pay a whole bunch of money to the federal government to allow my kid to have a future, or just not give a fuck about my kid, or not being in the financial position to even do that. The fact that they're forcing you to do that is so fucked up. So fucked up. I can't even put it into words how fucked up it is, but you can make your own assumption off of that. I'd like to show you this one last time. As much as it disgusts me, as much as I want to brand it, I'm going to keep it. I'm actually going to type it up because it's fucking ridiculous. But it's the things that they say in this packet is ridiculous. And I'm going to type it up and so you can watch it and stuff. But it's happening. It goes further into just more further blasphemy. Some heavy users of marijuana show signs of dependence, developing withdrawal symptoms when they have not used the drug for a period of time. Withdrawal symptoms. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, that's believable. It's a believable thing. You can have withdrawal symptoms. You ain't got weed. You want some weed? Yeah, it's cool. Whatever. Contrary to popular belief, marijuana use is not a rite of passage. It is a risky behavior with serious consequences. And they give you all these myths, things that are myths about weed, myths about marijuana. Excuse me. Myth 4: marijuana is not associated with violence, as are drugs like cocaine and heroin. The criminalization of marijuana is what leads to crime, not the drug itself. Myth 4. Like I said, my opinions don't really matter on all of this. I just wanted you to take this and make your own opinions about it. This is the information that they are giving your kids. I was a minor when they gave this to me. It has the presidential seal on here. So I'll be sitting and posting what this actually has. I'm gonna sit here and type it up. I'm gonna spend all the fucking time fucking sit here and type this thing up and then repost it to you guys. So you can see what the American people. You can see what not the American people. You can see what the American government is trying to give to your kids. They gave me this. This is not right. This is not facts that they're giving me. They're trying to feed you garbage. But like I said, form your own opinion about it. Don't listen to me. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. Don't nobody want to hear anybody else's or see anyone else's. So, you know, y'all do y'all's own thing. I feel like it was my duty as an American citizen to let you Americans know what you need to know about marijuana, as brought to you by your U.S. government. That's all.